Okay, hi everyone, let's get started. I'm Aviram Hinenzon, the Chief Go-to-Market Officer here at OnceHub. And it's really great to see a fantastic turnout for our webinar today. Just a bit of quick housekeeping before we dive in. We have a 45-minute session planned. The final 10 minutes specifically for your question, and we'll run some interactive polls after the product demonstration. How to participate? As I mentioned a moment ago, look at the bottom right corner of your screen. There is an activities icon, and select Q&A to submit a question at any time. Please don't feel you have to wait until the end. Drop them in as they come to mind. So more than 3 years ago, we began a fundamental re-platforming to redefine how professionals manage their time and connect with their clients. What started as an ambitious vision to rebuild our engine from the ground up has evolved into a new generation of OnceHub, a platform purpose-built for a fast-paced, AI-driven world. Since January 2025, all of our new accounts have been powered by this modern architecture. And today, we are very, very happy to invite you, our long-standing customers, to join us for this webinar so you can learn how to adopt these powerful new capabilities within your own accounts. To walk us through this expansive set of capabilities and the vision behind them, I'm joined today by OnceHub CEO and founder Rami Gorali. Rami, welcome.
Thank you, Aviram. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's a pleasure to showcase our new platform today. And there is a lot to cover, so I'm going to prioritize breadth over depth so that we can see as much as possible. I'm going to start with an overview of the platform. I'll cover user attributes, teams, objects and properties, account integrations, booking calendar templates, locations and room, multi-location availability, and maybe a few more items. I'll spend about 10 minutes overall on the platform and then spend another 10 minutes on web scheduling. And we'll cover booking calendars, booking hubs, routing forms, and website agents. And the last section will be phone scheduling using the phone agent. And we'll spend another 10 minutes there seeing and hearing live demos of the phone agent in action. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the homepage. And to start exploring the platform, let's click here on the gear icon. So we can see users. This is where you manage all the users. I'm not going to go too much into that because that's just the fundamental aspect of the system. But then we have user attributes. So what are user attributes? These are properties that we can assign to users. So let's look at an example. Language, for example, is an attribute. And we have two options under this attribute, Spanish and English. So that's the model. And then we can see which users have this attribute. So these are the users that speak English, and these are the users that speak Spanish. So we can do this for various attributes like speciality or location. And what we can do with these attributes is we can use them in booking hubs to create dynamic filters. So I'll jump and show you a booking hub so you understand why we need these attributes. This is a booking hub for a bank with multiple branches. And there are many branches here, so it's a big amount. Instead of trying to find the one that's best for you, you can use these filters here, which are based on the attributes. So the expertise, let's say I'm interested in those branches that provide investment advice. And you can see it automatically now down to 4. And if I need Spanish, then it narrows down to 3. And of course, I can clear it and do other searches here. So this is one way to use attributes. There will be more exciting ways coming in the future. So that was attributes. Next, let's talk about teams. So why do we need teams? We need teams because the teams are used to distribute the meetings to the team or distribute live chats, live engagements to a team. So for example, I've created various teams here. We have the retirement advisor team. We can see it's for members, and these are the members. We can easily add, remove members, and that's very simple. These are just teams that we need to create. Next, we have the objects and properties. Basically, this is the metadata of the system. So we have objects such as the contact object, the meeting object, the conversation object. Each one of these objects has system fields. These are all the system fields. We can see them, and we can, of course, add custom fields. And you can see, for example, the source of the contact, if they came from the web or from LinkedIn or from a seminar. We can define this, and that becomes part of the metadata. And these are very useful because OnceHub is a very integrated system. You need to send your booking data to various systems, to CRM, to iPasses, or using APIs. You want to be able to send data in a consistent way. And for this reason, we save it in an organized way on the objects. Next, we'll look at account integrations. So here you can see the set of native integration that the platform has. So for analytics, we use Google Tag Manager. It's very versatile. For automation, of course, we have our APIs and webhooks, which are very extensive. Zapier is the big iPass we integrate with, but we also integrate with a bunch of others. Corporate mailbox, this is in sending the emails to guests. You can send them either from your personal emails, or you can send them from a corporate email address to enhance personalization. Native CRM integrations, HubSpot and Salesforce. We will be adding more native integrations in the financial advisory field. And also payment, native integration with Stripe. And the room directory. So in the room directory, we integrate both with Google Workspace and with the Microsoft 365 room directory. And this is used to automatically reserve a room when a meeting is scheduled. So we've just talked about room directory. So let's jump to locations and rooms. So in locations and rooms, you define all the locations that are basically used to meet clients. So when you're booking a calendar, you can say that you're available in a specific location. You can manage all these locations here. If I add a new location, so let's say I add a location, I can just save it as a location, but if the location has rooms, then I can go to the next step, adding rooms. I can select rooms, as many rooms as I want here. And these rooms are then all available to be reserved when a booking is made. Because I've selected more than one room, the availability of all the rooms is pulled together so that the system can automatically find the best time, and the rooms are not a constraint on scheduling. So that's rooms and resources. Let's go back to booking calendar templates. This is a big one. So booking calendars, they are the scheduling engine of the platform. And here we provide the ability to create templates for them. There are 3 use cases for creating templates. The most obvious one is to get started quickly. Another important use case is to provide centralized control, so you can control the settings of a booking calendar from the template. You can change them and push them to all the linked booking calendars. And there is also a use case where you don't let users create booking calendars from scratch. They have to create it from a template. So this is for compliance purposes. So let's look at a template. So the sections here on the top are the same sections that you'll see in the booking calendars. What you can see here that we have this section centralized control. So when enabled, prevents user editing and overrides the configuration of associated booking calendars. And that means that the user will not be able to make any changes here. But if I'm the template administrator and I make a change, it will be pushed to all the booking calendars. So this is available for the booking settings and for the booking form. For notifications, you can define exactly the notifications that you want, the text, you can customize logo, anything you need here. Also in the page designer, you can make sure that all the corporate branding and styling is locked under centralized control so that people cannot just change and have different colors. All the booking calendars look the same under the corporate guidelines. You can also have the page footer disclosure, so you can set it all up in the template to make sure it is all compliance, and you can even control the color of the embed. If people embed today, it's becoming more common to embed in vibe coding apps, so you can control this as well. So that's how you create a template. If we go to booking calendars, then what we can do, we can simply take a booking calendar and apply a template to the booking calendar, and that will apply one of the templates. If we create a new booking calendar, then we can either create it from scratch or from a template, then I have to choose a template. And if I go to account permissions, and here there is enforce booking calendar templates, if I turn it on and go back to booking calendars, and I click create booking calendar, the option to create from scratch is gone. I have to create a template. This is enforcing the template. So that was templates. Just turn this back off. Next, we have the alert center. So if you want to know about bookings from your team members, you can create alerts. You can click which event you want. For example, when a booking is received, you can select which user and then who is the recipient that will get notified as when Cindy will get bookings. So that's a quick one. Next, we have locations and rooms that we discussed. So I think that's it. We don't need to go into everything else here. The next important thing is on the user. So each user has a profile. So you can see all the details here in the profile, including the attributes they have, the booking calendars, everything. And next, let's look at the user integrations. What are user integrations? These are the personal integrations that are specific to the users. Of course, it's the suite, either the Microsoft or the Google suite. Once you connect to the suite, you connect to three elements in the suite. You connect to the calendar, you connect to the video conference, and you also connect to your email. And you can set if you want to send emails directly from your personal mailbox. It's more personalized. You can turn it off also. I don't have a license for Microsoft Teams. This is why it's gray, but otherwise Microsoft Teams is automatically connected. And the calendar, of course, is connected. And there are various settings here. We don't have time to go over them. What's important is that this is your primary calendar, and you can connect additional secondary calendars. For example, I'm connected with Office 365, but I can add Google Calendar as a secondary calendar. So I can add as many secondary calendars as I want. If you have a work calendar, family calendar, whatever calendars you have, you can add them and factor their busy time, take the busy time into account. Also, you can connect additional independent video conferencing tools like Zoom, GoToMeeting, WebEx. There are additional here that I didn't connect. So these are user integrations. And let's look at the scheduled meeting availability and live engagement availability. Scheduled meeting availability, so we've spent a lot of effort on this. And if you notice, this is not just the regular availability that you find in most scheduling platforms. This is true multi-user availability, because on each time block, you can specify when you are available. If you are available via video conference or via phone or with a physical location, you can add multiple physical locations. For example, here I added the physical location. So days that you work in the office, you can add a physical location. Days that you work from home, maybe you only take a video and phone. And if there's a day you're traveling, maybe you only take phone. This is becoming an inherent part of your availability. It's not that availability is one thing, location is another. It's joined together, and here in date-specific overrides, you can do the same if you select specific dates. So that's multi-location availability. And then we also have live engagement availability. So this is for receiving live engagements, live chat. So there are two ways to do this. Either you set your availability, and also the busy time will be factored in from your calendar, and you can add a buffer. So you will only get chats in the times that you're free. Or you can just do it on a check-in, check-out basis. So you do it manually. And here you can say you want to accept it or not accept live chats. So that's this is on the user side. Aviram, anything to add?
No, I think that you covered the most important things of the platform.
Okay, good. So we did platform. Next, let's talk about website scheduling. Okay, so let's go to booking calendars. Okay, so here is the booking calendar lobby. You can see all your booking calendars. Let's pick one booking calendar, introductory call. I'll just show you the guest side. So this is the guest side. You can see I have a video background, and you can see that I'm also using my multi-location availability. So in the booking pages, old platform, if you wanted to provide multi-locations, you had to have a booking page for each location. Here, it's all in one booking calendar because it's inherent to the availability. So if I want to see online, I'm only available on this day, and phone, I'm available all these days, and face-to-face, I'm only available here. That's the same availability that we saw before when we looked at the profile availability for Henry Host. So let's go back to the user side and see the settings. So this is the booking setting, and maybe the thing we're most proud of is the model that we've created for assigning hosts and co-hosts to the meeting. What we've done here is allow you to view all your teams that we defined and all the users. So basically you can select teams, you can select users. I'm doing something crazy here, but I've created a panel meeting with multiple hosts and co-hosts, and I mean there's one host but multiple co-hosts. So this one is a host. I can say that I want this one to be the host. I can change it, but you can see that some members are going to be dynamically assigned from a team. Some are deterministically assigned. I just selected them, and you can see that you can manage the workload at the team level here. So you can influence the distribution. This is very powerful. And you can also change the distribution method from any available pool availability or round robin. So this is a very, very powerful model. You used to do this with a master page and have multiple booking pages. It was a big undertaking. Here it's super flexible. There isn't a scenario that you cannot create here. You can even set co-hosts as optional, and then their availability is not taken into account. So this covers all use cases in a very elegant way. Availability and location can be taken from the profile or specifically customized. That we know already. Maybe one thing here on the session type. So that's the single session, one-on-one meeting. We have the group session. Group session is where all the guests are joining the same meeting, like this webinar. This webinar was scheduled with the group session functionality, and we set it up to 500. That's how we did the webinar. And there's also concurrent sessions that allows you to have multiple sessions overlapping at the same time. This is used in various use cases. I won't get into this at this point. Maybe just to mention adding payments if we want, and adding and localizing the page, customizing the language. So that's the booking settings. I'm not going to save anything here. Booking form. So here you can ask all the questions that you want. You can also add hidden fields. These are fields that will not be seen by the guest when they are booking, but they are used to pass parameters via the URL, and then you can send them to a third-party system. You can save them in objects and properties and pass them on. Very useful for tracking. you can also add the additional guests and not only ask for email, but also for the name and the relationships. So that's a booking form. The other thing that we've done in the booking form is if you look at the email address, when we're using the phone agent, we do not need to ask for email address, because with the phone agent, we can identify using the phone number as the identifier. So it makes the scheduling process over phone much faster and easier. Notifications. So these have all been very much modernized. You can see the templates are all clean with a rich set of dynamic variables. With the notifications, you can customize them, add images. There are many settings, colors. You can do everything you want here. We can also define if you want email or SMS, define reminders. All this is done here. The page designer, this is what you see is what you get editor. You can see it in mobile and in desktop. So you can add the various backgrounds. I added the video background, logo. You can control all the colors. And of course, the page footer, the disclosure. This is embed, this is the phone agent that we will see. So this is the basic unit, the booking calendar, which of course can do much more than the previous booking pages. Then we have booking hubs. So booking hubs, that's a little bit like what used to be the master page. This is a collection of multiple booking calendars, but it is much more sophisticated. Just to see a few examples, we saw this is one booking hub. This is another booking hub for a single user. So these are all 4 booking calendars. You select one of them and you can have additional options, and you go into the scheduling, into the booking calendar itself. This is another page, booking hub for an advisor with more options, like an option for prospective clients. They have a quick intro, existing clients have all these options. The media and the press have these options. And this is maybe the most comprehensive booking hub. It's for a credit union. So for example, personal banking, you have loans. You can see multiple layers here, and you want a vehicle loan. So, and then you have locations, if you want to do the meeting online, phone, or go in person into the branch. Various branches. So you can see that the booking hubs can become very comprehensive. I'll show you how you create a booking hub. You go to booking hubs, and in booking hubs, you can see here all the booking hubs. You create a new one here, and I'll just go into one of them. And what you can see here is the layout. This is how you build it. So you create categories and you add booking calendars. These are the booking calendars in my account. And then you just move them around using these controls, and you create the hierarchy, and you can have unlimited nesting of one category inside another category. So you can go as deep as you like and create guided flows for the guests. And then you do this. So it's very simple. It's one page here, and then you have the page designer, which is the same as we saw in the booking calendar. And we also have the embedded the phone agent here. Now, next, let's go to routing forms. Okay, so routing form. So here we can define questions and logical flows that take place before the booking, because we want to make a decision. Do we even want to suggest booking? We don't necessarily need to suggest a booking. There can be multiple other paths for the guest as well. We only want to meet with people that adhere to the criteria that we have in the routing form. So you can see how you add the interactions to the routing form. The important thing is to look at the routing map. So you can see the flows and you can see the logic here. Let's see a routing form in action. So this is RetireWell. It's a financial advisory firm, about 10 advisors. This is a website that I created very quickly in Lovable Vibe Coding app. So it has a homepage, services, success story, about us, contact page. And in the contact page, we have the routing form embedded. Would you like to schedule a retirement discovery meeting to see how we can support? Yes. So what is the size of the nest egg we'll be protecting? Let's say it's between 250K and 1 million. And are you primarily looking for a delegator relationship or a second opinion? I want to look at a delegator relationship. So it asks me for my phone number. That's my phone number. Email. That's my email and name. And now I've qualified, so I'm taken to the booking calendar here. So let's say I want to meet tomorrow, 5 p.m. I want to meet via Zoom. And I want to receive an SMS confirmation. Okay, that's it. So I've used the form and I'll receive the SMS confirmation. Yeah, here it is. We just received, this is the SMS confirmation that we just received. So that was the routing form. Next, what I want to show you is the website agent. So I've embedded it here. You can see it over here. And maybe I'll show you how we set this up just at a very high level. So this is the Retire Well agent, and I can give it conversation guidelines, and I can feed it with knowledge. So I've given it 3 PDFs about the company, our procedures, how it is like to work with the Retire Well, and also there is a sitemap of the website. The advantage of having a sitemap is that when you make changes to the website, it automatically updates. I don't need to go here and manage it and index the pages manually. It auto updates. So that's in a nutshell how we configure the agent. Let's go back here and how may I help you today? What services do you provide? So I'm starting to ask the question, and what I want to show you is what happens on the user side. So this can be integrated with your Microsoft Teams or Google Chat or Slack, and then it will instantly, it can send you a notification that you know that there is a live chat that's taking place. And then if we go to live engagements, we can see this live chat in real time. So that's what we asked, and that's the answer. And if I ask another question, so what is it like to work with well? I'm asking this, and if we go here, we will see that's the second answer. So you can see it in real time. And you see, so you can monitor the quality of the AI agent. And if you want, for whatever reason, you see that the prospect is a hot prospect, or it's in stress, or whatever, for whatever reason, you can barge in. And now I'm saying, hi, I am Henry. You can go here and you see, okay, so now I can talk to a human. We can talk to a human, and what we can do is we can even add an instant meeting with Zoom, for example. This is going to automatically create an invitation for the guest, so they can click here and join, and they're instantly on a call with Henry. Of course, we can also do scheduling, but I've showed you scheduling already so many times, I don't want to show scheduling again. You can also do scheduling. It all depends on the logic that you configure in the AI agent. So that's it on web scheduling. Aviram, did I miss anything?
No, I think that we're ready to
Okay, so phones.
maybe quickly over web.
Yes, we don't have a lot of time. Okay, let's do a really quick use case. Let's go to a very simple booking calendar. It's a discovery call, basically. It's a discovery call with one of 4 retirement advisors that are in a team. Let's go to the phone agent here. And this is the number on the welcome message. I'm just going to call the number. So this is the 7177.
Thank you for calling RetireWell, the experts in retirement planning. I am an AI assistant on a recorded line. Would you like to schedule a discovery call with one of our expert retirement advisors?
Yes, please.
The meeting duration is 30 minutes. When would you like to meet?
Can we meet on Tuesday, 12th of May?
Just to confirm, I've identified your time zone as Pacific time. Shall I give you the available times in this time zone?
Yes, please.
I have found available online time slots on Tuesday, May 12th. The earliest available time is at 9 a.m. Would you like to go at this time?
Yes, let's go with this time.
Would you like to receive SMS notifications for your meeting?
Yes, please.
I have your phone number as +1 650 275 2398. Would you like to use this number for SMS notifications, or would you prefer to provide a different one?
Use this number, it's good.
I have a few questions regarding the meeting. Is there anything specific you would like to discuss on the call?
Yes, my retirement plan.
Please wait a moment while I confirm your meeting. Your 30-minute online meeting is confirmed for Tuesday, May 12th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You will receive an email and an SMS with the details. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for reaching out. Have a great day.
Yeah, so you see that the process is really quick. The phone agent knows to identify my time zone because it identifies my phone number, so it knows the time zone that I'm in. It also doesn't need to ask me for my phone number. It can just confirm it. And if I've already booked and I'm a contact in OnceHub, it can also take my phone from there. And also they know my email if I've already scheduled an email. So that's the SMS. Sometimes it takes a minute to come. Let's not wait for it here. And I want to show you a different scenario. Maybe one last thing. I want to show you a routing form scenario. So we looked at the routing form and we saw how we use it via the web. I want to show you how we use the same routing form, the same scenario via the phone agent. Yeah, here the SMS just came. If you can see, that's the SMS. Okay, so let's call the phone the routing form.
Hello. You are speaking with an automated assistant on a recorded line. Let's get started with a few quick questions to guide you further. Would you like to schedule a retirement discovery meeting to see how we can support you with optimal retirement planning?
Yes, I do.
Great. We just need to ask a few questions to ensure we route you to the right advisor. What is the size of the nest egg we'll be protecting? Here are your options. 1, less than 250,000 US dollars. 2, between 250K and 1 million US dollars. 3, More than $1 million US.
It's about $500,000.
Are you primarily looking for a delegator relationship or a second opinion on your own trades? Here are your options. 1, a delegator relationship. 2, looking for assistance, a second opinion. 3,
Yeah, I'm looking for a delegator relationship.
the meeting will be 30 minutes long. When would you like to meet?
Maybe next week on Monday, the 11th of May.
I've identified your time zone as Pacific time. Shall I give you the available times for next Monday, which is May 11th, in this time zone?
Yes, please.
We have available slots for an online meeting next Monday, May 11th. The earliest available time is at 12 p.m. Would you like to confirm this time for an online meeting?
Yes, that would be great.
Would you like to receive SMS notifications for your meeting?
Yes, please.
I have your phone number as +1 650 275 2398. Would you like to use this number for SMS notifications, or would you prefer to provide a different one?
Use this one, it's good.
Please wait a moment while I confirm your meeting. Your online meeting is confirmed for Monday, May 11th, 2026 at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Perfect. That's everything we needed. Thank you, and we're eager to meet you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so you see also the SMS came quickly now. Okay, so I think we're out of time. So that was the phone scheduling demo.
Yeah, maybe to add 2 things on that. Like, I think that what people really like about them is that it requires zero configuration. Like once you have the booking calendar, booking hubs, routing forms, there's nothing that you need to do besides generating an intro message and generate a number. So that's one great thing about phone scheduling. The other thing is that you can use it in a variety of use cases. There are some people who don't use it as their main scheduling vehicle, but rather as a fallback, so they can forward a missed call to that service. So again, instead of playing phone tag, you can offer scheduling at that interesting moment that wasn't possible before AI. And the other way people use it is obviously with people that just don't like links, and they prefer to have a conversation over the phone to start with. So those that don't like the links, it's AI open up a new world of opportunities to do scheduling over the phone. Yeah, so I think that's the wonderful thing that AI can offer.
Yeah, it's only the beginning with phone scheduling. Yeah. This is going the other way. Okay, so Paul, time.
Yeah, so thank you, Rami. I think that you covered a lot in a short time frame. We wanted just to do a pulse check and ask for 2 very simple questions before we answer your questions. So the first question is about plans to transition to booking calendars, and I'll launch the first poll. I'll give it like 30 seconds just to get a sense of the room if people plan to adopt the new platform. Yeah, I'll just close it now. Just to share the results, about 85% of the people said that they do plan to transition. 15% said that they will not, and we'll talk about this more later. The current version is going to continue to be maintained and supported. So we are not forcing people to transition, but I see that about 85% of the people do plan to transition, and the distribution between timing was pretty equal between those who are planning to transition quickly to those who need more time with that, and that's fine as well. I want to launch another quick poll, and this is to get a sense from the people who actually do plan to transition, to get a sense of what is the key reason or key driver for you to transition to the new platform. So please, I open the poll. I'll give it about 30 seconds. Yeah, I'll close the poll. Here, just sharing with you the results. The number one was modernized platform, and we didn't spend a lot of time on that, but what you've seen from what Rami showed, from templates to notifications, there were a lot of improvements in terms of having the modernized platforms. New scheduling feature came second, so probably there is more room for future webinars, Rami, about the advantages of phone and web agents and what they can do in the new world. Okay, thank you for sharing your thoughts, everybody. Rami, you had I think another slide before we transition to the Q&A.
Slide. So like Aviram said, you don't have to transition. We're not forcing you to transition. We're keeping booking pages live for the indefinite future. So yeah, you don't have to transition. If you do want to transition or explore it, the first thing you need to do is you need to activate the booking calendars on your account. So you go to account permission and you can activate it from there. And then we've created a very detailed step-by-step guide. The step-by-step guide is organized by use cases. So you don't need to read the entire guide. You just select the use case, and that takes you to an organized step-by-step instruction how to go about the transition. We've also created video tutorials that are also organized by use case. So you can watch a video. I mean, if someone prepares a video or a guide, I mean, it's basically covering the same thing. It's just how you prefer to consume it. And there's also an AI agent on a OnceHub page that knows all the details about booking calendars, and you can ask it questions and it can help you make decisions. Also, for example, if you want to know how something that was done with booking pages, how it will be done in booking calendars, you can ask the AI agent. And if you want to speak with us about the migration, we'll be happy to have a call. You could schedule a free assessment call using this address. We have sent you all these resources. They will also be available in the webinar recording that we will send to all of you, so you can have all these links there. So we can go to Q&A.
Yeah, we have just 2 or 3 minutes. We got a lot of questions, so I'll try to cover as many as possible. If I didn't manage to cover any question, I'll follow up via email with the people who asked regarding the specific requests. But I'll try to cover as many as I can. So the first question, does OnceHub have an API that allows for external system to update booking availability? Yeah, the answer is yes. I'll follow up with resources, but for anyone who wants to know about OnceHub APIs, you can visit developers.oncehub.com. There is a full reference of our APIs. Under the user API, you can see update availability is available there. Okay, is it possible to make conditional questions, such as how did you hear about us, and with selections, different selections, and then if one selection ask one set of questions, different selection ask different set of questions. So this is the whole idea of the routing form. So unlike booking forms that it's a linear set of questions, they're always the same set of questions. Routing forms were designed for exactly those use cases. You can have those conditional logic before scheduling, after scheduling, and they provide much more flexibility in terms of the flows, and I think Rami demonstrated that. Rami, anything to add about that?
Yes, routing form. That's exactly why we created routing forms. Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting question. Will everything we currently have in the platform carry over to the upgrade? So that's an interesting question, because everything is sometimes the platform are not identical. So this is why we are very careful to say everything. In the adoption guide, we have listed exactly what in terms of features is carried over, and that's probably 95 or 98% of the features are carried over. But there are a few exceptions, and we cover them in this guide. And again, I'll follow up with the person who asked if they had specific concerns. Okay, somebody said, I have been a customer since the early establishment of your company. Enjoy the enhancements. Does AI agent come in other ethnicities? So the answer is not yet, but that's definitely something that we are looking in future enhancements. Again, I think that we're just starting the AI journey with a lot of capabilities, but definitely more to come. And it's good to hear those requests. Again, if anybody has any thoughts about what else we can do with the AI and scheduling, we're here. We're really happy to hear about those requests. Okay. So can a two-person business enroll in a free version of OnceHub? So the answer is no. The free version is kept for pretty casual use and for single user. Okay, somebody asked an interesting question about phone agents. What happens when the client's cell phone number don't match the time zone they live in? Example, moved but kept phone. That's a very good question. This is why we're not forcing the time zone. We are confirming the time zone. So if somebody said, no, I want to get the times in a different time zone, then the phone agent will know how to adhere to that case. Another interesting question about transitioning. So do our current templates carry over to the new system? So if people meant especially the email template, so the answer is no, because the two platforms use very different technologies for that purpose. The transition requires some effort, and this is one of the effort that is required in order to transition. Again, the two engines can work in parallel, so you don't have to move all the booking calendar in one go. You can move them group by group or use case by use case, but this is one of the efforts that is required if you want to fully adopt booking calendar or the new platform. Is there an additional cost for the new version? That's a good one. The answer is no. There is no additional cost. There's no change for pricing plans as a result of the new platform. Yeah. How do we transition? Can we still have people scheduling the old system while we are transitioning? So that's, I said that, but I'll repeat it because that's really, really important. The answer is definitely yes. You can use your booking pages in parallel to the new platform. And again, transition at your own pace. Okay. I think that the rest of the questions I'll try to, because many more came, I'll try to cover them in a reply to those who asked. So just wanted to thank you everybody for the amazing participation, all your questions, and for being great customers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for attending.